tell me when you want me to get started. I'm Susan Etlinger. I'm an industry analyst in San Mateo, California at Altimeter Group. And I've been an analyst for about 3 years. I'm kind of a backwards entrepreneur because I started my career professionally in corporate America. And I worked for a big financial services company for a long time, and I worked for a consulting firm for a long time, and I worked for agencies and stuff like that. And then a few years ago, I took the leap and actually joined a startup. So I've done everything completely backwards, and with kids and the whole thing. So anyway, the thing for me that's kind of interesting about it is that even though I'm kind of new to the sort of classic startup world as an employee, I've been working with startups for the last 20 years. I've helped launch dozens and dozens of startups in Silicon Valley and elsewhere, and I've been working with them, counseling them, helping them work with media analysts, tell their messages, figure out their positioning, refine their product strategy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's funny because when I first started, internally in corporate, I was kind of an intrapreneur. I was always attached to projects that basically were sort of skunk works or didn't have much funding, that needed to justify themselves. And so I sort of honed my skills there, which is interesting now working with startups who are selling to large companies, because now that I work with startups who sell to large companies, I can tell them what it's like to be in that room with those stone-faced people who want to give you no money. And so a lot of the work that I do today is focused on data and analytics. I do research on social data, other types of big data, how large companies and organizations use it, how they make decisions based upon it, how they organize, what tools to use, and all that kind of stuff. And I work with startups to help figure out their competitive strategy, their roadmap, their positioning, and basically, sometimes to introduce them to other folks in the industry. And then on the other side, the majority of our work is actually with large organizations like banks and car companies and retailers and insurance companies and airlines, helping them make the best use of disruptive technology. So I think I've always been some kind of a preneur, but I started in the intra side and I ended up on the entre side, and so here I am today.